We'll start with safety. Well, the safety aspect is probably the most important across our district, is where we're at with the safety. All of our buildings, including our newest, Polson Middle School, were not built for today's safety needs. What we are dealing with in education was not even thought about when these buildings were erected and designed. So at the high school, we want to relocate our front offices so that when an adult enters or anyone enters into that high school building, that they encounter an adult personnel there, a staff member. As it is right now, our offices are in the middle of the building, and so someone can walk into those areas and really not have to check in. So that needs to change. Elementary safety also. We do have an issue with our HVAC, our heating ventilation. It becomes our safety issue because it gets so warm when kids are in the building, especially in the spring and in the fall, that we leave doors open so that we can get fresh air into the buildings. And so when you start leaving doors wide open to get fresh air, and then you're inviting problems, we open our buildings up to the public, and that's not a safe environment. And through all of our buildings, that needs to be addressed. High school, for academics, we do an amazing job sending kids off to college. We really do. Where we lack and what we need to grow is to help our students become employable if they don't go on to school. And so what the high school we need to do is, not only do we have the portable issues, right? We have our 4 classrooms that are outside. If we get rid of those classrooms, we also need to have a place for them to be inside of the building. And the best environment for that to be right now, and what we need help with, is hands-on, those CTE, career and technical education classes. And so what we plan on doing is building a STEAM center: science, technology, engineering, mathematics. We really need to be able to have a place where we're teaching students how to be employable once they leave school if they're not going to college. Hospitality, tourism, small motors, and welding. And at some point, we're going to have to make a change. We're going to have to do something about our aging buildings. Boilers' life expectancy are 20 to 25 years, right? We're past that in our newest building. Heating units at Cherry Valley, the old boiler that we hear about, that's a 1960 boiler. It's quite old. It's time, and if we don't do it now, if we wait 10 years, the price is just going to increase through the years. And so it is time. I'm excited about the project. I know it's going to be it's a heavy lift, and it's a lot to ask of the taxpayers. But I think if we don't do it now, it's just going to keep costing us more the longer we wait for these upgrades. And we recognize that. My school board, myself, we recognize that is a burden. We understand that. As I said before, if we don't do it now, it's going to cost us more down the road. And we certainly value our community and understand the hardship that might put them in. But at some point, we really do need to pay attention and address the safety concerns that we have. This project is not about just schools. This project has, and we have said from the beginning, this is a community partnership. It brings people to our community. It makes people want to live here. It makes us feel like this is the place that we want to raise our families. And so there's a safety aspect to it. Academically, knowing that you're going to put your kids into a school that has the best that we can offer. And there's a pridefulness that this is our community and we're doing what we can for it. Status quo. We continue to do what we do. If we don't have the financial resources to make those changes, we mitigate as well as we can given the resources that we have available. So we'll manage it. It's just not the best situation for our students. We've managed it for the last several years, and we'll continue to do it, but certainly not where we believe our kids and staff deserve what they deserve to have. Good question. So ballots November 13th are going out. December 3rd is the election date, so that's when they're due back in. It's really pretty simple. It's a mail out ballot. We're looking for a pass ballot will be 50%, just over 50% of those that are returned. We've talked a lot about a need for enhanced buildings, so that we need to put some time and energy into it. But we've really never asked the community how they feel about it. We're asking. We're going out and saying, here's an opportunity to make our schools better. They were great in the 70s and 80s and 90s, and now we're here 2020s. They need updated. And so we're going to ask the community how you feel about that. and we'll get an answer December 3rd.